If you're ever worried about falling over when you come down the stairs, don't go anywhere because in today's video, I'm going to show you how to fix the problem. If you don't know who I am, my name is Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties specialist physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today we're going to be talking about how to make sure you're safe when coming down the stairs. Now, many of the people I treat when they first come to see me, they tell me that they're a bit worried coming downstairs. They have to hold on to banisters or they have to do things very slowly, one at a time, just so they don't fall. And the main reason for this is weakness in the muscles in the legs. So in today's video, I'm going to show you some great exercises to help you reverse that weakness so you're safe the next time you come down the stairs. Now, before I show you the exercises, I just want to let you know that these are not going to be suitable for everyone. Do get checked out before you give them a try. And if they cause you any pain, just avoid them. Anyway, let's have a look at the exercises to help you come downstairs now. A lot of falls happen for people as they're coming down the stairs. And there's a very good reason for this. The reason is that coming downstairs is what we call an eccentric muscle contraction. And an eccentric contraction is basically when your muscle is contracting, but it's also getting longer at the same time. Now, if you look at my bicep as an example here, a concentric contraction, which is the opposite, is when you contract it and it's getting shorter. You might be able to see that here, you can see the muscle's long, and then as it contracts, it gets shorter. You can see it actually becomes closer from the origin or the insertion back to the origin like this. Now, an eccentric contraction is the opposite. So that's when we very slowly contract the muscle. So we're working against gravity, but it's also getting longer at the same time. Okay. Now, an eccentric contraction is what happens in the quads and the glutes as we're coming down the stairs. And an eccentric contraction requires a lot more strength and control than a concentric contraction. So if you try standing up from a chair, that's a concentric contraction. If you try very, very slowly lowering yourself back down, I bet you any money that's harder than it was to stand up, and that's because it's an eccentric contraction. So if we're coming downstairs, our muscles here are getting longer. It means we have to have good control over them, otherwise we're running the risk of a fall. So what we're going to do in today's video is work on two exercises. Both of them work on eccentrically strengthening the quads and the glutes. And then that's going to make your legs stronger and make you safer on stairs as a result. The first exercise I'm going to show you is an exercise called the 2 up, 1 down. And you can do this exercise at home provided you have a nice high chair. Now, if you don't have a high seat, what I'd recommend you do is get a standard dining room seat and put a load of pillows on top of it, nice firm pillows, so that you're raised up nice and high on the chair. Now, the exercise looks quite simple. It's basically a sit to stand, but we're going to go up using 2 feet and down using just 1. I'll show you how this works. So we're going to stand up like this to begin with. That's the easy part. And then for the eccentric phase, we're just going to stand on one leg, and then we're very slowly going to lower ourselves back down to the surface. Now, I've got this raised up because obviously it's really difficult to go back down on one leg. If you're a very advanced person, you could probably do this from a normal chair, but for most people, especially over 50s, they're going to need to have a raised platform. So I'll show you it again. So we stand up nice and easy onto one leg, stick the bottom out as we go down, and slowly control. And you can just go up on 2, down on 1. Very easy, nice and quick like this. So we're going up nice and fast, down nice and slow. And we don't want to rest at the bottom. We want to go straight back up again, straight back into it. And you'll notice now that I've done about 5 in a row just on the one leg. That's by design. I would prefer you to do a number on one side and then go over onto the other leg, unless the leg is starting to give you jip, in which case you might want to alternate. So I'll show you on the other side. So we're going to come up using 2, just onto the left. You can see I'm not as well balanced here. Slowly, slowly, slowly put your bottom down. When you feel your bottom on the chair, then you go back up on 2, onto the 1. Now you can see here that this stage of the movement is very similar to what our legs need to do as we're going downstairs, because going downstairs is a single leg movement because we're using just one leg to lower ourselves down. And again, it's an eccentric contraction, just like this is as I'm going back down to the chair. So repeating that about 5 to 10 times on each leg is a brilliant way to start to build up some stability from the eccentric contractions that you'll need as you go downstairs. and can certainly help you climbing and descending stairs in the future. Before we go any further, I just want to tell you about 3 Tip Friday. 3 Tip Friday is my weekly email that I send out to my list, and it features 3 of the most interesting things I've found that week. It could be a health tip, it could be a piece of research I'm reading, or it could be a new tool that I've found to be really useful for helping people get more mobile. It's totally free. I just send it out once a week. There's no annoying promos inside, and you can sign up for it by going down below this video and entering your email in the 3 Tip Friday link. Now, the next exercise I'm going to show you is called toe touches. It's one of my favorite exercises to help people who are not yet confident on stairs. But before I show you the exercise, I just want to say a huge thank you to whoever it was in our audience who sent me these socks. Thank you so much for sending them. You didn't leave your name on the parcel, but it was very, very kind. You spotted our video where I had a hole in my sock. I made a joke about it and you sent me these in case I hadn't had any for Christmas. So thank you very much. Nameless person who I don't know, but I really appreciate the gesture. Anyway, let's have a look at this exercise. So you need your bottom step to make this work. You can use the handrails if you're not quite stable, but ideally you're not going to use the handrails as you do this exercise. So I'm going to start off as if I'm on my bottom step, and the exercise is called toe touches because all we're going to do is bend down like this, touch the toes and come back up. Now you can see this is quite a small movement, but I'm working this foot here to bend down like this, just tap the toes and then bring myself back up. Now you can see this challenges my balance, but if I'm holding onto handrails, that would be fine because I'm looking for strength really as opposed to balance. And the goal here is to try and keep your pelvis as level as you can as you do it. Now it doesn't take many repetitions before you start to find you get a working ache at the front of the thigh here. And you might also get a working ache in your standing hip as well. It's a good kind of ache that you get because the pelvis is having to work really hard, or the hips are having to work really hard to keep the pelvis level. So that's the kind of thing we want to be feeling. Once you've got that in one leg, then you can swap sides, come down and touch the toes like this. This side's not as good because of my stiff ankle. So if you've got a stiff ankle, you might just need to hold onto the rails and just allow that heel to lift up a little bit on your standing leg, because that will help you to reach down. Now it doesn't actually matter if you don't touch your toes to the ground. You can do a small range of motion like this. That would be equally as effective, but ideally we want to get a nice deep range of motion here and then come back up if we can. So as I said, I'm doing the more advanced version here without the handrails. If you struggle, don't be scared to hold on because that won't diminish the returns from this exercise. It will still make sure it's effective. And if you can do that 5 or 10 or 15 times in a row on each side, a couple of times a day, over time it's going to make a big difference to your control as you're coming down the stairs because your eccentric control will be so much better. So those are some great exercises to help you be safe when you're coming down the stairs. With just a couple of months of practice, you're definitely going to improve your ability to descend stairs for the rest of your life. So it's well worth the effort. And I hope that video has been useful for you. If you found it helpful, do drop a comment below because I do read your comments. So thank you if you take the time to do that. And if you want to get more from me, you can pick up a copy of my book. It's called Thriving Beyond 50 and it's got loads more exercises and advice like the stuff in this video inside. So thank you if you choose to grab a copy of that, and I'll look forward to speaking to you again on the next video.